I think this is super strong. Some of the things I would suggest immediately is anytime that you have the opportunity to add a headline to help those that skim through the page, which is a lot of people, do it. And you have a lot of opportunity here, right? So even with testimonials, either try some copy that either brings out like a very common USB or a really common sentiment that you see in testimonials, just stick it here, or add more social proof. So, 30,000 plus women are loving their Beekman. Same thing down here, like just queue it up, right? Like almost every one of these sections could use a headline. So, our ingredients are first class, or like our ingredients are completely clean and will make your skin glow. Whatever those USPs are, just add a headline and kind of queue it up. So as people are skimming through, great, goat milk. Can't pronounce that. Epsom salt.
Niacinamide.
Thank you. This again, like for sure needs a headline because I'm not totally positive if it's worth me even paying attention to. Like, cool, this is engaging, but what am I watching? So give me that context here. Maybe people are doing that. So another reason why, if you're going to have a video, keep it on the page. Don't have it redirect anywhere. This is going to be a weird load. Also a reason why, if you are able to, just try GIFs instead. So they can either autoplay, put them in a carousel, that type of thing. GIFs, as Ryan will get mad at me about, GIFs are heavier on the page load for sure. So test it, right? Test video versus GIF. See what, there's always that push and pull. So there's the push and pull, page load, and then actual user engagement and like what works better. So test those things. Don't make them load and do that stuff. Same thing, add another headline here. Nobody's gonna read all of these, and they're all pretty different lengths. So it's even like all at a scanning level. So if you're gonna keep them all like somewhat long, bold the areas which are you want people's eyes to be drawn. That's been like psychologically proven also to help people comprehend.
Do you guys typically see including quotes versus not? It doesn't matter. It's the logos, right?
Not even, to be totally honest, depending on the product, logos mean less to people than customer testimonials. So I do like that you have up here, you very much prioritize customer testimonials to these logos. But yeah, the difference between having logos and a quote from them is pretty slim. Yeah, like I couldn't tell you that one for sure works better because it doesn't really.
But it's hurting scroll depth.
Yeah. Okay. Again, another title would be great. Like maybe even just bring this up, right? The goat milk difference. That seems to be a really powerful, maybe like a very primary thing with this brand. So that's super clear. Maybe even
we are the number one goat milk based skincare brand.
Okay. Well, there you go then, right? So maybe even put that
missing.
Up here, because right now I'm just looking at this from a lens of a moisturizer. So
totally fair.
As a consumer, I might be like, I don't like what's up with goat milk. Why should I consider it? And I know that I've seen it now on the page a bunch of times, but why is that actually? What is the outcome? What's the benefit to me? And then why? Then now I have so many questions about goat milk. So other people will too. So answer those questions about goat milk, right? It's why is that better? Does this help goats? Is this like helping the environment? Is this like, going to make my skin look like I don't know, a baby goat? Who knows? Just put that stuff in there and that'll help. I like these things a lot. I think that any sort of before and after is awesome. And the fact that the person looks almost exactly the same is helpful. It drives me nuts when they do before and after pictures and the person's like all glam in the next picture, in the after picture, and like doesn't look great in the before picture because you can't really tell. And it's like, you're kind of disguising what's happening. So this is awesome.
Or even when it's not directionally shot in the same.
Exactly. And then you're sort of like, is that even the same person?
Yeah.
You don't want to do it.
I'm sorry, their skin tone is very different. What happened? Yeah.
Right, exactly. Oh, they just got a tan and they got a big, haircut. Oh, and that tattoo is new. Are we sure this is the same? So the more of this that you can have, the better. So, and honestly, again, like Ryan will make the same comment. I don't love carousels, so maybe you just expose it. But if you can even get a couple more of these, I think these are really strong selling points almost always, every time we do before and after for products. 97% saw healthy looking skin. Love it. I would make this honestly a bit bigger. So 100%. I don't even know why these need to be separated into separate lines.
Yeah.
So just put it on one line, make it a bit bigger. I do like that there's, research backed, except it's the same thing 3 times. So you could probably just put that at the very bottom instead of repeated 3 times. Yep. Email for a lander, I would get rid of this unless everyone's really, really, really pushing hard for email and you just can't fight that battle, then fine. But otherwise, I would get rid of it. Keep it on the main site for sure. But
yeah,
I would nix it here. Same, these are great. I like how they're exposed too. Same comment about shipping, but in this case, even better, add an FAQ. What are common questions? And then I think the number one thing here is I'm not totally sure when I click where I'm going to land. So I'm understanding that I'm going to get 20% off. I think you could also add more CTAs throughout this because the only one I have is at the very top. But what happens, right? Like, am I going to this moisturizer?
No, you're going to check to
right. So if that's the case, I would add another product spotlight section. So like add a section that has product, it has some product images, and it gives you kind of like what you would get on a typical PDP, like some of the specs and like features of it, and then make that button. Like you can say get 20% off. That's great. Try and test also just buy now and see how that goes. And all my lovely apps.